Hey everyone, welcome back to the GTI. Thanks for sticking around. Just want to give a mid-year update. Again, I was hoping to do a lot more of these videos, but I can't complain. The business is going very, very well for 2016, unbelievably well. June was just off the scales. So, particularly this past 4 or 6 weeks has just been ridiculous. As far as the side thing that I'm working on, I've done a bit of a pivot. I know that chrisnewman.com was supposed to be more of a your typical help people find their passion slash quit their 9-to-5 slash make some money online with making courses of their own, that kind of thing. There are already hundreds, if not thousands, of individuals already doing something like this. So, and I felt, long story short, I felt like kind of a fraud because, granted, I have been successful with what we're doing, but it was after being let go from a job in 2013, and then researching and finding a franchise and buying a franchise with my partner, and then growing that. Now, granted, that's great and all, but I don't have the experience of creating online courses and stuff like that. So I felt kind of odd trying to get into a business of teaching people how to do that, even though I know how to do that. I've done stuff online and built hundreds and hundreds of websites in the past, and since the late 90s, and so I know how to do that, but it felt like I really couldn't present it very well, and I was struggling with writing copy and stuff like that. I was doing a lot more research to write the copy than when I felt that if I was an expert in the field, I didn't have to. So after a few months of struggling going that way, I did a pivot to, long story short, working with car salespeople. I worked in the car sales. I worked at a car dealership for about 5 years, and what I did for them, for the dealership itself, is I actually got the whole dealership and the whole dealership group up on social media, because when I started there in 2009, not one of their 50 dealerships were even on Facebook. So I created a Facebook page specifically for the dealership I was working at, and all of a sudden corporate was like, whoa, what are you doing? We got to put a pause on this. And I helped them create a corporate social media policy. So fast forward a few months after that, and now all 50 dealerships were online. They were on Facebook and Twitter and using it and stuff like that. So although I wasn't very happy with the way they were using social media and the way I was told by them to use social media, it was still push, sales, because that's what they're used to. They're car dealerships, and that's what they've been doing for the past 67 years, and they won't stop. So I got frustrated with that, and I guess that kind of showed. And then of course they instead of having a marketing manager in every dealership, they decided to just combine it into one large VP of marketing at their corporate headquarters. So that's why I was let go. So anyway, so I have that experience with that. When I was working there, I actually worked with a couple of salespeople to get them online, and that was my little spark. Was researching this over the past couple of months as far as what I wanted to do. And then I had that little pivot. I was actually starting to think about, okay, well, I'll show dealerships and dealership groups how to use social media correctly. And I'll either do, consulting, one-on-one consulting, stuff like that, as well as, make classes and put them online for dealerships to buy. Come to find out, after doing a lot of research with that, there were quite a few individuals and firms that were already doing that for dealerships. So, that kind of put a stop on that. But I went back to thinking about the individual salesperson. and how they're not. Oop. Hold on, here comes a cop. Hope it's not me. No, not me. Okay. So, started to think about the individual salespeople. Now I worked with a few awesome salespeople, and I know that when you think about car salesmen, you don't think about how awesome they are, but there are quite a few of them that actually really, really cared about their customers. And it's really sad that these people, because the way that dealerships run nowadays is that salespeople, they don't stick with a dealership their entire year. It's like really any job now. Who works at a job their entire career? So salesmen do move from dealership to dealership. And it's really sad when the dealerships, through their social media channels, are gathering up all their reviews and testimonials for their salespeople, and taking all the credit for it, and yet when their salespeople move on, all those reviews and testimonials stay on the dealership's social media website. So it's very, very, very important that sales professionals have their own really brand and their own social media presence that they can take with them anywhere. So that's what I'm going to be helping with. How should I say? I haven't been able to find anybody online that actually does this. Surprisingly, maybe there is, and the search just isn't working out very well. But there sure is a heck of a lot less people doing this for the individual salespeople than are doing it for dealerships. Everybody's doing it for dealerships, of course, but nobody's doing it for the individual salesperson. So, and there are tens of thousands of salespeople out there that need to have their own brand, that need to have their own community, so they can take with them if and when they change dealerships. So that's my goal now. That's what chrisnewman.com is now. I have just a simple website up there now. If people want to contact me, salespeople want to work with me directly, I am working on some free material, as well as, of course, I have all my course schedules down. I just need to write them and start shooting them and start releasing them. So that's at chrisnewman.com. On another note, on a car note, speaking about my GTI, being in my GTI was my dream car about 4 years ago. That's when I bought it. The car that I had before that, which was the last generation GTI, was my dream car when I bought it, and I was able to get it. So it's it's a happy time now that I'm actually able to. I've actually bought my next dream car. It's funny how the current dream car has now become my everyday car. It's just weird how if you move your thinking forward, right? And it's not like, okay, I found my dream car, I'm done. No, you've always got to be moving forward. Whether it's a dream car or other dreams, travel, a house, dreams in business. Once you get there, you can't stop. You can't just settle. You've always got to be moving forward. Because to me, the journey is the fulfilling. That moment that you get either your new car, you have a next level in business or whatever, is great. It's a great feeling, but it doesn't last very long. It's not fulfilling for very long. So the journey is the fulfilling part to me, and I think a lot of entrepreneurs, it's the fulfilling part, and that's what you're always striving for. So yeah, it's great when things become a success, but you always got to be moving forward. So my next dream car on my little dream car list, as far as that part of my life, was a Porsche Cayman. And in a perfect world, speed bumps. Hold on. In a perfect world, I love the brand new Caymans. The 981 series is what they call them. It started in 2014. They're so refined. Hell, the newer ones I would probably take over most 911s. But Not quite there yet. That's the next step. So the first generation, which is called the 987 series of Caymans, that's what I've been focusing on. I've been looking for months and months and months for the perfect one, and I found one. I'll put up a picture of it here. It's a 2008 Cayman. It's a base Cayman, which the base Cayman is 250 horsepower. The Cayman S is 300 horsepower, but you know, driving it like I'm going to be driving it, 250 is fine. I love the handling characteristics of, like say, the GTI here. I love the handling characteristics of this a lot more than I love the power. The GTI, well, this one has 250 horsepower because I did an APR chip upgrade, but it originally comes with 200 horsepower. But when you're driving around regular streets, that's plenty, and the handling is what I love the most. That's what I love about German cars. So the Cayman, even though it's only at 250 horsepower, has a nice little boxer, you know, a 6-cylinder boxer engine, middle of the car, awesome handling. I can't wait to try it. Found it at a dealership in Florida. Decent miles, awesome price. Worked with the people, they're great. So just finishing up registration now. Massachusetts has really funny registration rules when it comes to buying cars out of state. So it's taking a few extra days. Once that's done, then it gets thrown onto a truck, and then it comes to me. So I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that to happen. I'm crossing my fingers that it's going to be within the next week. We'll see. If the registration can be completed within the next day or two and then thrown on a truck. It all depends on how many stops that truck has between Florida and Massachusetts, but we'll see. My dad's birthday, who was my dad is my biggest influence when it comes to cars and life and stuff like that. You know, his first Porsche was a 1969 911S, and that happened like mid-80s, just after my parents got divorced. It was his first toy after my parents got divorced. So it's a big influence with finding my first Porsche. He was about 40, 41. I'm a little late at 44, you know, grabbing my first Porsche. But so his birthday is a week from tomorrow, is Tuesday the 19th, and to actually have the car here, you know, to go out on a drive, you know, for his birthday would be awesome. So I'm pleading with the dealership, you know, try and get it on a truck as soon as possible, and try and work something out. But we'll see. So I'm here at the office. That's just a quick update. You know, I'll try and do a lot more of these. Definitely when the car shows up, there'll be videos of when the car shows up, loading it off the truck, my first drives and everything, and all the stuff that I'm going to do to it. So stay tuned, and I guess, you know, like and subscribe. I'm going to really try and start to get a lot more subscribers to this channel. I've kind of let it go. It's never really started. So that's where I'm at now. So thanks for watching, and again, subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you very, very soon. Probably the next video will be when the Porsche is here. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.